Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Indieheads podcast. I'm your host, Matty, aka Recon AG. On this week's podcast, we have
It's your boy, AJ, aka Rad Muir.
Will for thrill.
Jeremiah swoosing into this podcast.
Swoosing.
Watch me swoosh right in.
the fuck is swoosing? What the fuck is that?
It's a meme, you dip.
Okay, what was the origin of
Yo.
this meme?
It rips, let me tell you. All right, let me find it.
Because y'all been saying that. I'm like, what the fuck is swoosing? The fuck?
Hold on.
All right, okay. So in the meantime, hey, how's everyone doing? We're getting this podcast right back out since the last one. We're trying to make up for lost time. I think we got a good cast here tonight.
We got the best cast.
We have the best. This is the Album of the Year cast reunion.
And we're going to be talking about the album of the year tonight.
Ooh.
Probably.
Wait. I mean, we're probably going to talk about Psychopop. It's going to be brought up at some point.
It's going to come up. There it is.
There it is. There it is.
I know. The album of the year, though, isn't going to be Psycho. We're going to talk about that, too.
We're going to talk about some potential...
All right, can we talk
albums
for...
that could be
hold on, guys. Can we talk for a second about Psychopomp?
We literally can.
Let's just take a moment of silence for Psychopomp. Thank you.
All right. Yo, Rip Harambe.
Okay, hey, how's everyone doing? We're having a great time. So we're going to start the podcast. We're just going to go into what we've been listening to this week as we're going to save news. We're switching them out this week. It'll make sense, guys, when we go later on. Trust me. So I'm going to start off. This week, I've been listening to a couple albums. First off, Neon Indian, Vega International, Night School, Woo.
International.
Hey, that's the name of the record.
This is a great album by Neon Indian. Of course, I missed him at Pitchfork. I'm really sad about that.
It was a good show. He put on a good show. They had to end early though.
Yeah.
It was during the hotel year, right?
Yeah.
Actually, it was during Empress of.
No.
It was during Empress of.
Yeah, it was during Empress of because I left Empress of early.
Because Blue Stage got delayed really bad.
Blue Stage was delayed, yeah. Okay.
That happened last year too with Eric, I think.
So yeah, because Blue Stage was fucked. Because I think Sun Ra went on time, but they took forever to set up home, and then forever to set up Neo. I think Neo went overtime on her set, and so Empress of took forever to get started. It was just bad. Anyways,
look, I'll never regret seeing the hotelier.
Yeah, I was hyped. I'm actually in that picture.
What picture?
Of AJ's profile picture.
Oh,
I didn't think I was,
classic.
but I actually am.
Are you?
You can see my bandana.
Oh my god. Anyways, I didn't say this in the last podcast, but we're in the Runaway with Me Pitchfork video. That was fucking crazy because I was just randomly watching that on my TV. We are.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching. I posted on Twitter, dude.
Are we in it for a while?
No, we're in it for a brief moment. Whenever she's Carly's about to come on, and the camera does a pan, in the crowd, and I saw me, I saw Jeremiah, I saw you, Jeremiah, I saw AJ, and I saw Tom.
There's obviously the legendary footage of me and AJ of me losing my sunglasses in the
Oh my god.
in the fucking fill in the blank pit.
Oh.
1 second they're there, and the next second you see me looking for it.
Oh no. Oh god.
Rip.
Oh man, I remember that shit. Literally, you just bought those, right?
No.
Oh yeah, yours was from last year. Okay. Anyways, Vega International Night School.
Neon Indian reminds me of Psychopomp.
We're not.
God fucking damn it.
Can we not? Can we fucking not?
Yeah,
just
to go on.
Anyways, so this is a fucking amazing album that I wish was more amazing because it's got the first songs up until maybe Baby's Eyes is fucking.
Bangs. Don't even talk to me.
Okay, Baby's Eyes is a good song. Let me tell you, it's a good song. Let me tell you,
Oh.
I feel this. Okay, anyways, it's pretty much track 1 to 10. It's bangers front to back, fucking amazing.
Banger Central.
You have Smut with that with that synth intro that's that plays a fucking saxophone. It's just so it's lovely.
Don't even tell me C'est La Vie and News from the Sun aren't
Okay, they're good
bangers.
songs, but they don't. I mean, but here's the thing though. They come right after Slumlord though. Slumlord though, but man, that shit is holy. That was top 5 song last year. That's insane. That song is insane. It's what the fuck? How the fuck do you make that song? How the fuck do you go from doing Polish Girl to fucking Slumlord? I don't understand. But he did anyways, because Alan Palemo is a goddamn genius. And also I watched this over-under video, and he's fucking hilarious. He's goddamn hilarious. Desiigner Coffins, 6 feet underrated. Am I right? God, he's great. But this album's fantastic. What? No, have you not seen his over-under video he did for Pitchfork?
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. But this album is amazing too. If you haven't listened to it, it's one of the best synth pop albums. It's really.
I wouldn't necessarily call it.
I'm gonna take that back. It's definitely one of the best like.
I call it new groove. That's the genre.
That's a pretty fitting. I'd agree. That's a fitting name. It's definitely one of the best albums of. It's definitely one of the best of last year. I think it was in my top 15 last year. It just kind of barely missed the top 10 just because the last 4 songs they kind of fail and they kind of fall in comparison. But it's the entire album is still pretty great throughout. So hey, if you haven't listened to this, go listen to it. It's fucking amazing. And also, there's some great music videos for this album. The Slumlord Rising video is amazing.
I don't listen to Neon Indian out of general protest because his name is offensive.
Oh God, Triggered, AJ, you fucking you cuck, you SJW.
You got me.
Let's change the subject.
Okay, next,
Lil Yachty.
Lil Yachty. So summer songs too. So Lil Yachty is someone that I really like. I don't know why. I should hate him. I really should hate Lil Yachty.
I love Lil Yachty.
I love him too. I should hate him though. Knowing my general taste in music, I should hate Lil Yachty. But yet, there's something about him that I just love. He's so charming and he's so inspirational and adorable, and I love him. And this tape, I was a little late on it. It came out a few weeks ago, but I was just now listening to it, and it's fucking amazing. There's a lot of really good songs here. I don't think it's as good as Little Boat. I just think Little Boat.
Did it go up on Spotify?
Yeah, it's on Spotify now.
Nice.
But yeah, Little Boat has this charm to it that's like so amazing. It's just like because it's kind of in some ways it's kind of like a concept album a little bit. Like it has this little things where there's like the characters, and it sort of has this sort of like general vibe to it that's really nice. And Summer Songs 2 is a bit more of like a traditional mixtape where it's more of like a kind of a collection of songs. I mean, it is just called Summer Songs, It's sort of, this is meant to be, hey, here's some new stuff for me. But however, I think the best songs in here are better than the best songs on Little Boat. Like for Hot 97, it's just like, whoo! Like fuck Hot 97, and this song is amazing. And Yachty has when he's
was
ready.
Hot 97 the one that came out a couple weeks ago? Like before that?
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Is the one that's like a minute and 40 seconds?
No. That's a different. I don't know what's. No, that's
forget what the name of that song is.
That's Mason 97, which is a
fantastic.
fantastic. That's a banger.
Is a fucking banger.
That's a fucking banger.
That's the song that makes me go most out of my mind all year long.
I've been out of my mind a long time.
I've been out of my mind. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, this song, it definitely has some. It also has some weak cuts. Like I think I Don't Know is not that great. There's some beats in here that are pretty amateurish. Like I think I want to say the beat to Yeah is not that great. However, of course, it does have some of its best songs on here. You have Dipset, you have Up Next 3, you have 4 Hot 97. Just some amazing songs on here.
Matty, I have one question.
Go ahead.
Does it bump in the whip?
It does bump in the whip. I would say it bumps in the whip. Especially the songs I mentioned. But yeah, this is very good. If you like Lil Yachty, you'll probably like this tape. I'm excited to see where he goes from here. Like I'm interested to see like how long he lasts, because he can either be someone that's a legit flash in the pan, like within a year, like no one's gonna give a shit. Okay, AJ,
No, we're not gonna.
I'm like 50-50 with you on this one, because it's like
who's gonna last long? No, seriously, a question: who's gonna last longer, Lil Yachty or Desiigner?
Okay, here's the thing with Yachty. Here's the thing: Desiigner has the backing of Kanye West and like all of good music, and he has like multiple hit songs. Like, well, maybe not. He has 2 hit songs because he has Panda, which hit number 1.
2.
Timmy Turner's in the top 40. Yeah, Timmy Turner's in the top 40 right now.
I forgot about this.
Yeah, that's in the top 40.
He does have 2. He does.
So, and also, wait,
I had literally just genuinely forgotten about Timmy Turner.
Yeah. It's definitely, I don't think I like Timmy Turner as much as I want to. I think it's just sort of it's a mess of a song. Because Mike Dean, he does do some great production work on it, but like, Desiigner, it's just sort of like, it worked better as an acapella. Like, it worked fine for that freestyle, but in the outside of it, it's like, I don't know.
I think Desiigner could have been good, but like he just got way too popular, way too fast, and now everything he does will be like struggling to maintain relevance or recapture what Panda was, and it will never work, and he will fail horribly.
See, I'm not as hard. I'm kind of agreeing with you, but I'm not like as harsh as you are, because I actually like Desiigner. I enjoyed his tape. I enjoyed New English. I thought it was a solid tape.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was solid, but I realized why people hate it, and they have very valid reasons for hating it, but I don't really give a shit, because everyone complaining about, oh, he sounds like Future, he's a Future ripoff, It's like, yeah,
That's not my
Way more
complaint.
thing is Future's
Yeah,
thing
that's
is
not my
being laid
complaint.
back.
He sounds very different than Future, and like people think like, oh, it's a black guy who's mumbling kind of slowly. Oh, it's a Future ripoff. He's not a Future ripoff at all. Like they vocally maybe sound a little different, but his presentation and his delivery I think is radically different from Future. And just because he mumbles a little bit, I thought it was Future the first time I heard what was it, Father Stretch My Hands Part 2, but then I was like, okay, it's not Future, and I was like, oh right, I see that now.
mm-hmm.
So whatever, but like because Future has they use the Metro tag on Part 1, and I was like, oh okay, that was Future's voice. This guy sounds 90% like Future. I'm assuming that's Future.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but Lil Yachty is good. Desiigner, we'll have to see. I think Desiigner has a lot of talent. It's just it's being kind of misused at the moment because he does have very unique sense of melody. Like, I mean, again, I think at least he's definitely a better rapper. Actually, no. He seems like it kind of technically, he kind of seems like he could be a little better. Like his flows are much more, intense and fast, and Future's a bit more kind of laid back and kind of chilled out. And I do think Desiigner is someone that's very talented. It's just sort of like seeing how he develops being in the environment he is, because I think he's probably in a better environment than being like a struggle rapper. Like he's just surrounded by like really creative people, like good music. Like, he's surrounded by like he's Pusha T, Kanye West, Travis Scott. Like he's surrounded by like, all these like really unique people in hip hop right now. So I'm interested to see what he goes, but let's just move on to the next person. Will, what'd you listen to this week?
All right, so I'm not going to spend too much time on either of these. These mostly just kind of like shouts out. The first one is shouts out. We Are at Home in the Body by For Everest. This is a newer band. This is their debut record. And I checked them out because Ian Cohen was giving them some praise on Twitter.com. So, I had to check them out for my boy. And, I mean, this is a pretty standard emo album. It's on the Broken World Media label, which
I
is...
just want to hop in for a second and say you can get the whole Broken Media discography for like less than $20 on FLAC, downloads from their Bandcamp page, which includes this album. So I did that. I'm going to listen to it soon, but excited stuff.
Yeah, that was a good shout out. Anyways, yeah. So, I mean, this is a pretty standard emo album, like at least in stylistically speaking. It sounds a lot like The World is a Beautiful Place. They have the same like male-female vocals thing going, except that the female vocals are more the lead, with the male vocals being kind of in the background. And I've been digging this album a lot. It's like it's that emo sound, but it has a lot of energy to it, and the vocals have like a real alt rock sound to them. So it sounds like it could be on your local alt rock radio station, but it still rips. So definitely check this one out. And the second album I want to talk about is the new The OC's album, A Weird Exits, excuse me. So yeah, their album last year, Mutilator Defeated at Last, was one of my favorites, definitely in my top 15 albums of the year. And so I was excited for this album, and I wouldn't say it's quite on the same level, but the OCs are just a really consistent band. They've had John Dwyer has released an album every year in some form, whether it's the OCs or solo or whatever, for the past 14 years.
Oh my god!
So he's just kind of yeah, he's ridiculous. So this is another one, and this time he added 2 drummers. Sponge Garmy.
God.
Band has 2 drummers.
Band has 2 drummers on this one.
I actually have this album on CD because we got it at my college station. I need to listen to it in my car, like sometime.
The car is the optimal place to listen to DSCs.
Okay, then perfect.
It bumps in the whip.
It very bumps in the whip. Yeah, like I'm not huge on the garage rock thing. Sorry, Seagull Train, but the OCs are a band I can get behind. They make this. I mean, it's adrenaline. It just gets me going. It has a lot of good songs on here, like Dead Man's Gun and Plastic Plant. But they also have some more experimental tracks on here, like Jammed Entrance sounds like robots getting freaky, which is pretty sick. And then you have Curl Out from Fallout, which has like a strong cello, a lot of cellos in there. So it's more experimental by them, but not that experimental because most of their albums are kind of experimental. But definitely, if you're a garage rock fan, you best be checking out a new DOC's album. Like, I don't need to tell you.
You better check this
Like,
out.
I don't need to tell you. But that being said, I definitely recommend it. Good record.
All right. Nice. So now go with Jeremiah. Jeremiah,
All right.
you ready to circle jerk about the Killers like you did
I
a
am
month
ready to
ago?
start talking about the Killers. So, actually, we haven't done a podcast since I got back into the Killers. So, about a month and a half ago, it was 2 months ago, I was driving with Alex back from the National concert, and it was at like 2 a.m., and I was like, all right, it's my turn to drive. I need something that'll get me going. And I was going through his phone, and I saw Change Your Mind by the Killers, and I was like, okay, I'm going to put this on while I think about something. And I was like, no way, you can't do this to me, Brandon Flowers, because it was like the best song I'd ever heard. It was like one of my favorite Killers songs back in the day. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go get Day and Age. And I like downloaded it, I streamed it on his phone using his data. He didn't know, he was asleep. But anyways, I listened to Day and Age on the car ride home, and I was like dying because it was so good. And then when I got home, I got out all of my CDs and just put them in my car. And so I've been listening to Killers for the past like 3 months, and it's been, oh my god, heavenly. Because the Killers are, okay, so the Killers were like my favorite band in middle school. And so like
Me
most
too.
bands
They
you
were one of
discover.
mine.
Yeah, see, AJ backs me up on this. We're gonna jerk about them in a second. But like most bands, most bands that you listen to in middle school and early high school, you just kind of assume are bad.
Like
Because you're like,
Muse.
I've grown
Muse.
up. Like I'm very diverse and I'm much more mature.
That's a
I
good
don't
point
think
that I'll
the stuff
say
I would listen to back then would be good. And so you just don't think it's good. So like I don't know. So most people, I don't know. Like what's an example of a band?
Muse.
Muse.
Green
Well,
Day.
okay.
I was
well,
obsessed
okay.
with
You know
Muse
what?
in middle
Let's
school.
just forget I brought that up.
Odd Future. That's one.
Anyways, so I was listening to the Killers, and I forgot how absolutely amazing they are. And now that I've actually like, listened to more music, and my musical palette has opened up, especially in the '80s, it's just their genius becomes even more apparent. So when I was listening to them, back when I thought that like computers weren't instruments, like I was really enjoying it, but I just failed to understand that like Hot Fuss was just pure post-punk and like new wave. Sam Town was obviously Bruce Springsteen. I knew that much. I knew that.
Yeah, like you got to be a little slow to not get that one.
But Day and Age was, it's like just straight up 80s pop, and it's like, whoa, it's so good. Like every album is radically different, and Brandon Flowers is a brilliant songwriter. I think his songwriting is best on Day and Age, just because he's just so like, he does the 80s thing of just stringing together non sequiturs, but like that just make no sense, but like mean so much. So when you hear like, oh, it's a good line.
The mind is poison.
The mind is poison. Oh my god.
Which is just like, it's like a comma
about that.
between the two lines before and after it. He's just like, I'll just drop that in there.
Castles in the sky sit stranded, vandalized. Mean.
The drawbridge is closing. Oh my god. Day and Age was like, we talked about this a lot, but that was like one of the first CDs I would like ever was like, I want to go buy this CD like for myself, and it's just like, holy shit. I listened to the fuck out of that album.
While I was like rediscovering the Killers, my brother texted me that he was listening to Day and Age while driving through the Mojave Desert. So we just like geeked out about the Killers for like 3 hours on the phone. And let's just like talk about, okay, this is power ranking Killer songs in no particular order. Dustland Fairy Tale,
Jesus.
best song of all time. When You Were Young and like
No duh.
are obviously like the
Think?
best songs of all time. Like you just can't. Oh my god, it's just so good. The
This
Killers
is
are,
Your
like,
Life, though. This is Your Life is
This
so
Is Your
good.
Life is my. Oh my god.
Like,
Water, it ain't so sweet.
maybe hot
You
take,
don't
but side B of Day and Age is way more better than side A.
You might be right.
I might
It's-
be right. Like, I'm like
it's
looking
the
at it and
fact
I'm like, holy
That
shit.
Dustland Fairy Tale and Spaceman are on side A.
Yeah, but like I Can't Stay, Neon
Right.
Tiger,
And the world we live in.
Jesus, like this is a perfect this is a perfect album. I just
It
like
is.
this. There's
Like,
not a bad song
honestly,
on this album.
top 10 of all time for me. Like,
There's not a bad song on here. I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
God
they're
damn.
so good, and they're releasing a new album this year. I heard. Oh, wow, excuse me. Apparently there's an album coming out this year, and they said that their last album was bad, so you know this one's gonna be good.
They said they said the Battleborn was
Yeah.
bad. Holy
Yeah,
shit!
Brand of Flowers
Oh,
is like Metalborn is bad.
buckle up. We're in for a
Even
good.
better.
We're in for a
So
good.
so we're about to get something nuts.
Oh, I
Oh my
can't handle it if that happens.
It also has the worst album artwork of all of them.
There's like a fucking horse. If they tour this year, Jesus Christ, or like
Oh
next,
my
early next year,
God.
holy crap!
They're so good live.
Oh
Let me tell
man,
you.
Have you been?
Yeah, I have. I saw them at like a festival a long time ago.
I saw just Brandon Flowers. So
The thing is, when you listen to the Killers, like those are songs that you just want to like be up on a stage at a festival just belting out.
they're like
If I ever get
empowering.
famous enough to like, if I ever like headline a festival, I'm just 100% covering at least 3 Killers songs.
Hold on, wait. I have to ask. What do you guys think of the Brand Flower Solo album from last year? I think.
No,
Go
it's
for the new one.
a lot older than that. Oh, there was another one.
Yeah,
I
there's
didn't listen to the new one.
Oh, I did not know there was a second one. I think the only one I know is called like Flamingo or something.
It goes great.
Hold on.
It's good. Yeah.
I know
Anthony Van
because
Zandt had it as his like 13th of 2010.
wait,
The
what?
one song.
No, yeah, the Desired Effect. Do you guys not know that song? The album?
I haven't listened to it.
No, I mean I just like I didn't care about that a year ago.
Yeah.
I admit.
But yeah, it's
talk about
apparently
the
pretty
fact
good
that
because
Standalone
I remember
is-
because Hero Eyes Music did a review for it, and Can't Deny My Love's a pretty solid single because we have that on my college station.
I want to check it out for sure. Probably.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's got like tons of great ratings. Like, all
podcast, brother.
right, okay, we'll continue on.
All right, so are we ready to move on? I think we are.
Yeah.
And the
I'm
next
done.
thing that I've been listening to, like obsessively, has been Fiona Apple, who, like, this just kind of happens to most people. I feel like this is kind of like a natural phenomenon where you listen, where for like there's like a week or a month every year where you just freak out about Fiona Apple. And like, the only thing you can listen to is Fiona Apple, and the only thing you can think about is Fiona Apple, and you just read all of her interviews and like listen to every single podcast she's ever been on, and like, which is only I think one, which is Mark Maron, but it's still the GOAT podcast. And like, oh my god, the Either Wheel is honestly like, oh my Jesus Lord. Okay, I don't even know where to begin. All I can say is that it's like one of the best albums of the decade, top 3, maybe even tied with Kaput, because I consider Kaput and Either Wheel. Okay, here we go. Kaput and Either Wheel are like the same album because it's 2 artists who are like aging and like released just a mind-blowing album that is like the natural progression of their sound. So obviously Dan Behar with the full-on sophisti-pop of the 80s, and then Fiona Apple with just stripped down like jazzy piano and like crazy. Oh my god! And her lyrics are she's like the best songwriter of our generation.
This
honestly.
has nothing to do with what you're saying. What kind of does, but like I'm a sucker for those late career classics.
Oh, they're so good.
Like for example, one of my favorite, if not my favorite of the decade, like Clockwork by Queens of the Stone Age. It's exactly what you're talking about. Like,
yeah, where this like where this
It's like
artist,
later album,
Like
but it's like
Clockwork is like, where the
progression.
fuck did this come from? It's like the definition of that, pretty much.
yeah, exactly. Like, that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. And like, okay,
Like I'm a sucker for those kind of albums.
and
So, I mean,
Either Wheel, I mean, it's just 10 songs that just are so visceral and raw, especially with the way she uses her voice, which can go from like her nice little like I don't know, contralto to just this like crazy like every single night's a fight with my brain. She just goes crazy, and you're like, "What, Fiona? You just did that!" And like her lyrics are nuts. Like, all right. And then she also has the most savage. Okay, this is the most brutal, like savage wrecked song of all time on the record. It's called Regret. Like the chorus is like, I'm all out of white dove feathers to soak up the hot piss that comes from your mouth every time you address me. Like, oh my god, she just goes in on this guy. Anyways, it's a really mature album, and it's really gorgeous, and it's really, just get lost in it, and it's great, and it's one of the best of the decade. One of my favorite of all time. Fiona Apple, she's great. Also been listening to all our other stuff, but I only wanted to talk about Either Wheel.
Hey.
Nice.
Because like every song is like the best song of all time.
All
And
right.
she's the best songwriter, and that's all.
I think I would be next then. I got new stuff on the list this week because I realized that I hadn't been listening to much new music at all I had only been listening to Bruce Springsteen and the Killers for the past like month, and so I was like, I need to change that and get into some new stuff. The first thing I checked out is called Pop Culture by a Louisville hardcore act called Knocked Loose. They have a record coming out later this year, and I mean, it's hardcore. I'm not really crazy about hardcore music, but the guitars that this band puts together are really kind of sludgy, and like it sounds like, aside from the vocals, which are clean and like very growly, like hardcore vocal performances usually are, aside from that, like instrumentally, it sounds very doom sludge metal-y, which is right up my alley. Because
that sounds like my alley too.
Yeah, I think you'd like this EP if you can get over the vocals and like the lyrics, because they're kind of like generic hardcore stuff, just like, you don't understand me, and you're gonna get what's coming to you, and I am gonna open up this pit, and I'm gonna rain fire down on hell from you, brother.
Boy, that sounds like my aesthetic.
That's what it sounds like, pretty much. But
I'll check that out if you check out the.
I am. I mean, I downloaded it, so I'm gonna listen to
Everest,
that too for sure.
So. I'm like debut.
Oh, AJ, you're lagging. You're lagging, man.
Not lose. I've been talking about.
Yeah,
God damn it.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything. That's whatever you just said. I didn't hear like the last 10 seconds. AJ, you there?
Oh, Rip Harambe, am I right?
Oh, we just lost it.
That meme is dead. I have to
it's not dead.
Man, yeah, Harambe ain't
Harambe
dead.
will
No,
not
Harambe's not dead yet.
Okay, were you?
Harambe's dead, but Harambe's still alive.
Were you in the?
Rip Harambe.
They beat that meme pretty far into the ground.
Wait, who did?
It's still a good meme. Like, there's still good stuff that happens.
On hip hop heads, like on the Frank Ocean thread.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see. The thing is, I didn't read that thread at all. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like I was just that bored that day that I'm like, I'm just gonna read this thread all day long.
Can we talk about Can we talk about what happened with Frank Ocean?
Okay, we'll talk about that a bit later during the main topic. We'll get into the main topic.
Sorry. The other thing I wanted to talk about, this new artist I was listening to, is a guy called Dent May, who you guys maybe have heard of. Have you guys heard him before?
His name sounds familiar.
He'd be up Jeremiah's alley. You would probably love him for sure, Jero. But
okay. He's
on Paw Tracks, which was like the Anco label. And
that was, you know what the first ever Paw Track release was?
Wasn't it?
Doldrums by Ariel Pink's Haunted Graffiti.
Jesus Lord, I know I knew he was on it, but
heard it here first.
You heard it here first.
Love to hear it.
He started off with like this, just like ukulele pop, kind of like super generic, what you think of as like washroom Urban Outfitters indie.
Well, fortunately, that's been what I've been digging recently.
Well, he did a complete 180 and started making like EDM under a different name. Then he did another like complete 180, but ended up in a different place than he started with, in like synth pop R&B kind of stuff, and that's definitely the best stage it is. And I put the Do Things album from 2012 on here, but I've mostly just been listening to like some of my favorite songs of his, and like the song I beg you with my entire body to check out is Eastover Wives, because it's groovy as fuck. It's so good, and like it's just, if you like R&B kind of stuff, so like sort of like Neon Indian too. Eastover Wives by Dent May.
Eastover Wives by Dent May. Dude, it has 63,000 views. That's a little bit too mainstream for me.
It's a banger and a half, is all I have to say about that.
It talks about the Killers for 10 minutes.
Yo, the Killers are pretty not mainstream.
63,000 views, too mainstream for me.
I mean, the Killers are like technically mainstream.
The Killers are one of those bands that you're like, oh, okay, they're mainstream. Like, they can't actually be like, they can't have like real integrity. They can't actually be making like incredible music, but like, holy shit, they fucking are. Yeah. They're doing it. They're like pop rock, and you're like, okay, there's no way like one of, like, somebody told me was like the song of the year that it came out. Like, there's no way that they're gonna be like that amazing, but they are.
And you hear freaking Dustland Fairy Tale, and your shit just gets pushed all the way to the wall, and you're like, you can't do this to me, Brandon Flowers.
I'll try and speak down to you, Will. It would be like if Kelly Clarkson, like, if you went back and revisited Kelly Clarkson and you were like, holy shit, like, this is one of the
That is what I did, though.
That's what I set you up for. You walked right into it.
Dude, yeah. I mean, like, that's just, I mean, side note, yeah, I've been listening to Kelly Clarkson Breakaway lately. And that,
yeah, I've been listening to Kelly Clarkson. Fuck with me.
Yeah, fuck with me, okay? Since You've Been Gone is one of the best songs of all time.
Yes. That's the only time that the guy from Minutemen has done a studio session, except for like maybe one other time. and it was for fucking Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson's a true
But
magician, bro.
It actually wasn't for that song. Like, I forget what website it was, Spin or Stereo Gum or some shit like that. They did a
It was
inaccurately
Vice.
stated that.
It was Vice.
Vice, yeah. Yeah, that was. I mean, there's a great right, but they got their facts wrong about Mike Watt. He recorded like 7 songs on My December, which was her follow-up album.
Oh,
Will, who's better, Carly Rae or Kelly Clarkson?
Ooh,
yeah.
you're fucking up with that one. I say Carly Rae just because I feel like she has more of an artistic clock.
Yeah, plus like Carly
Compass.
Rae's got emotion, which is just unlike Carly Rae went vaporwave. You cannot fuck with that.
But since you've been gone, is the
not
best.
vaporwave. She went PC music. That with the Danny L. Harrell track that just dropped officially.
There are distinct moments on Emotion where I'm like, I remember listening to it for the first time and being like, there's no way. I remember seeing people being like, holy shit, like this Carly Rae Jepsen album's actually good, and I'm like, there's no way. And then I listened to it in my car and I was like, holy shit, this is vaporwave. It's unbelievable.
Oh my god.
No, but yeah, Carly Rae Jepsen doesn't have Since You've Been Gone or Behind These Hazel Eyes. So, I mean, it's a toss-up.
I mean, but Run Away With Me, though, bro. Run Away With Me.
I'm saying Emotion is a better album than Breakaway. I'm not going to front with you on that. I'm just saying that Breakaway has like 5 of the best singles of all time. You got the fucking title track. You got Since You've Been Gone, Behind These Hazel Eyes, Walk Away, and you got, what's it called? Can't remember the other one, but yeah, it's a really good album, and you should listen to it.
All right.
It's a good album.
All right, so we should probably be getting into the news right now because this has been going on pretty long. So let's just start off right away. So according to a new study, vinyl collectors are middle-aged loners, and I think we all have something to say about this study, okay? Fuck you.
Yeah, I've had sex.
Okay, fuck you. I'm not a middle-aged loner, all right? I am a 19-year-old boy, okay? I'm 19 years
I'm a
old.
man.
Okay,
Saturdays for
Hey,
Flowers.
there's a girl who works in my record store.
Wait, do you actually work in a what?
No, there's a girl who works at the record store I go to.
Okay, yeah, exactly, okay? Fucking...
Hey, AJ, by the way, I just want
It's
to
closed.
AJ, congrats
What?
on the sex.
Yeah, I've had sex, guys. What's up?
Congrats.
Same.
Yeah, same.
I just want my response to this study would just be that like one Vine of Alex Jones where he just goes off and he's like, I'm a human being. This is what we look like. This is what we do. I got red blood that pumps through my heart. That would be my response to this entire.
Wait, did you say Alex Jones?
Yeah, the Alex
Oh my
Jones.
God.
Have you not seen that one?
No, I've seen the Eric Andre clip where he goes to the RNC and then fucks with Alex Jones.
No. There's like, God, it was a really popular tweet for a while, and it was like, why should we hire you or something? And it's Alex Jones, and he's just like ranting, and he's like, I'm a human being. I like to fight. I like to eat. I like to have children. I got red blood that pumps through my veins.
Fucking, I did see a Vine of Alex Jones talking about like goblins and
that's
Hillary
how
Clinton.
Oh, that's the best one.
Oh my god. Anyways, there's not much to
No, I
start
won't
with
do
saying
that.
fuck
It's actually
you.
it's pretty accurate though, actually.
Yeah, this is
jerk.
Yeah, it's true. I do
That's
see.
pretty- I'm a loner and I'm 21 years old and I'm probably going to die alone. So
Well, the thing is, I don't know like, so where did this study come from, and do we know how valid it is?
Okay, I'm looking at the
okay,
story right now. Okay, so market research company YouGov took a look at 2016's vinyl buyers in the UK. All right, so it's in the UK.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh well, they're fucking British
That
people.
being
British
See,
said-
but this again, and it did say in this article, it says further in the UK, the majority of vinyl buyers range from the ages of 45 to 54. This differs from a recent US study that suggests the majority of vinyl buyers are between the ages of 18 and 24. Okay,
That's because in the U.S. we are between 18 and 24.
yeah, and the British is just old people. That's why Brexit exists.
I mean, but the thing is, yeah, it's true that like vinyl is a nice. I mean, like, so those people are going in looking for like, those are the people who are like really dedicated to weird music, because like they're the ones who go in to like immediately go to the $1 80s records section and just like freak out because they found this one like
shitty record, and they're like,
Green
"What?"
Sprout.
Jeremiah,
Not shitty,
that's
but
literally-
Jeremiah, you just
dude,
described
you're-
yourself.
Yeah, like,
I
dude,
know.
you're spamming the chat yesterday about some albums I've never even heard of.
Here's
and
the
you're
thing,
like, oh
those
my god, I
albums-
bought them for $8.
But here's the thing: those albums aren't shitty. They're actually the greatest albums of all time, but none of us are actually sophisticated enough to appreciate it.
So Jeremiah's just going, these people that don't have the same taste that I do are pieces of shit.
Except they aren't. 'Cause they have the best
Except they
taste
have-
of all.
They're slightly different. Like, they're going to the exact same 80s bin as I am, but choosing different records, so they're wrong.
No, I'm saying they're right. I'm not being ironic when I say that they have the best taste of all. It's the people who go to the $1 80s bin and pick out things unironically that I respect the most as music listeners. Like, not even like memeing here, because it's like, come on, like that's so cool. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
I went to your room and read your diary.
Like,
That's from
if
Pinkerton.
people like, I found my dad owns Grace by George Michael on vinyl. I
Your
found,
dad's a middle-aged loser.
dude, that's not nice.
He's had sex,
No.
though, so, I mean, you can't hate on
this
that.
study's bullshit. Science is bullshit. Let's move on and talk about a band that really matters.
Oh
All right,
boy.
what band is that?
Oh no, you added something. Okay.
Oh yeah, good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
add
no,
this real
no,
quick
no,
because you
no.
guys were talking.
The
You guys were
Shins.
talking about this because like I should add it.
Stagger, no, skip it.
Oh, skipping it. Well, the Shins are releasing a new album. The Shins are great.
They're very good. Very, very good.
All you need to know. Next up,
2017.
But a band that you should really care about.
Oh my god.
album
I'm
this
gonna go get
year.
a drink of water while you guys circle a drink about this. Okay, you guys have your fun.
Enjoy your bad taste, Matty.
Fuck
Yeah.
The goddamn Japandroids are back. Tell your mom, tell your dad,
Water drinker.
tell your
Tell
brother,
your
tell your
kids.
sister. The goddamn
Tell your
Japandroids.
ma. Tell your pa.
Teach the children while they're young.
The Japandroids are fucking back, baby. Celebration Rock 2016.
Okay,
Ugh.
so they announced a new tour this week. Their first tour, the first thing they've said on anything, because that's their thing, is that they are like since 2013 when they ended their Celebration Rock tour, they've gone completely silent. No tweets, no Facebook, no press statements, no nothing.
No post on Sunday.
No, like no official, no public appearances.
Cage.
No one has seen these
In a
people.
cage.
No one has
And,
seen the
yeah.
Japandroids. But on Wednesday morning, they announced a new tour for this October. Or this fall, basically.
Which is pretty hype, if you ask me.
And we have reason to believe that a new album will be coming soon.
How soon, we don't know. Maybe October, maybe November, maybe
Maybe
They're
next
just
year.
reissuing,
maybe January. We don't know.
They're just reissuing The House That Heaven Built as like a 7-inch.
Yo, that would be fine with me if they were
I'd
just
do
like,
it
here's.
fine.
They're like, here's a new album. It's just the house that Heaven built 10 times. I'd be like, yep,
Oh
That's the
no!
best album of all time.
that would be the best album of all time.
Wouldn't it though? Oh my goodness!
Yeah, Japandroids. Why should we care about Japandroids though?
Well, because unlike another artist who's been relatively quiet since they dropped a well-acclaimed album in 2012, the Japandroids got another classic on their motherfucking hands right here with the follow-up to Celebration Rock. They're one of the best rock bands alive right now. That's just two dudes making some stellar fucking music. It bangs, it rips, it whips, it kills.
They
This
make
is right
like
into
so.
your heart.
I mean, the thing is, they're just so sincere. They wear their heart on their sleeve. Like, there's no secret about what they're trying to do. They're
It's
trying
like
to fucking. They're
they
trying
just
to
make-
rock you out,
they make
okay?
anthems that'll like give you the feels and also make you want to punch someone in the face.
It's like
just-
it's not figuratively fist pumping. You're literally gonna pump your fist.
oh, it's so
You're
good.
gonna be like, this is so cheesy, but like, they make objectively cheesy, corny music.
Yeah, the one song on oh my god, which one is it? Hold on. I'm gonna remember. Keep talking.
Yeah, the thing is, their music is objectively cheesy, corny. Like, the first time I heard it, I thought it was bro punk. But then I listened to it a second time, and I was dead fucking wrong. Because they're the best band of all time. It
They're-
rocks me to my core and makes me want to jump out of my seat and just take on the world. It's
Oh,
the kind
Young
of,
Hearts,
it's
Young
the kind-
Hearts Spark Fire is the one
Yeah.
where like you read the lyrics on that song and you're just like, what?
you're like, did they
It's like-
actually say these words?
And then you're like, just yes.
It's the kind of music you listen to in a at a bonfire during the summer between your senior year of high school and your freshman year of college.
With your friends who you know you'll never see again.
But it's like we're gonna be making the most of the night.
Making the most of the night.
I mean,
Because you bang. What?
God damn it, Joe.
What the hell is going on
Dude,
right
Bang your heads to Japan.
We're talking about having sex while
Turn
listening
up.
to the motherfucking Japandroids. Is what we're talking about.
The greatest band of all time. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
now?
Joe, are you even that big a fan, or are you just wanting to circle jerk?
Well, about that.
I've never heard a Japandroids song.
No, I really like Celebration Rock. I need to listen more though.
It's
I'm listening too much like 80s. So like,
they're heavily influenced by like the Replacements and Bruce Springsteen.
And
Yeah, what-
they feel like a natural progression of Springsteen, where it's just like if Springsteen was like the age he was when he started making music, but was born like
No, okay,
40
okay.
years later.
Hot
even
take,
talk to me
not
right
hot at
now.
all. This is the Born to Run of our generation.
Damn.
That's Funeral, but
It is
close.
Funeral.
No, that's good. No, but it's different though.
Oh, we're talking about this decade.
Yes.
I can't contribute to this conversation.
All we need to know is that three greatest albums of all time are Funeral, Born to Run, and Celebration Rock.
I could get behind that. There's like a connection between
And
them.
like,
There's
but
a-
I mean, like tied for like all the places is like Psychopop and Kaput and the other wheel, and we're good. We have our
He's not-
list.
he's not
Sure.
wrong.
Okay. Now let's get to our,
Speaking of albums that are
let's get
coming
to
out
our
later this year,
main topic.
Speaking of albums that have received 9.5s from Pitchfork,
what did Celebration Rock get? It did not get a 9.5.
It got best in music.
Or 8.8.
well, because Ian Cohen always regrets like not giving it a 10.
no,
They
what
wouldn't have let
happened?
him. They wouldn't
No,
have
what
let
he
him.
did was he reviewed it. He said like I called the second half of.
Oh, near
Oh,
perfect. And he
near
should just said perfect.
I always regretted that near.
Yep,
It's 8.8 is what it got.
it's too low.
All right. So, anyways,
And
we're
low.
gonna transition to our main topic somewhat before let's leave off one last news item that will perfectly transition us. Bon Iver, they announced a new album, or really because it's basically Justin Vernon. They announced a new album. It's called 22 A Million. They showed 2 tracks, and that's going to lead us into our main topic, which is our most anticipated albums of fall 2016. All right, Bon Iver, let's talk about these new tracks that came out. Of course, he dropped 2 new tracks, and he also played the entire album live at his festival. How do you pronounce it?
Euclair.
Euclair, thank you, AJ.
You, Claire.
He performed or played the entire album in its entirety live. I've actually not listened to this yet. The entire album. I want to wait. I want to wait for CD quality. I want to wait because these 2 new singles he dropped, man, they're fantastic, but also very polarizing in some ways.
I have a feeling that this album is going to be a classic.
I mean, 10 Death Breasts, I feel like it's the beginning of some new style of music. It's like indie folk and country mixed with industrial and electronica. It's crazy.
I just can't help but feel like this will be the Yeezus of indie music. And it'll just push the envelope in so many ways that the envelope hasn't been pushed before.
I mean, again, this is really just, God, it's just so, it's like, I mean, this is going to be, I think really personally, this is going to one or two ways, you know. No one's coming out of this and going, pretty standard Bon Iver fare. You know, you got to get ready for the arguments, guys. It's going to be current 2K16.
Like,
Oh, I had
like-
never thought of that.
It's going to be perfect, but you know a lot of people are just going to hate it.
So like when this came out, most of the people that like I regularly talk about music with were like, "Fuck yes, new Bon Iver." Aside from like Will, who sucks anyway. But
Who?
you,
I love this.
Oh, okay, then never mind. Oh, you just hate the comment. That's right.
Okay.
It was like people who were like the 1975 are super good and James Blake are super boring. So like
I
Ian
feel
Cohen,
like this
Stephen
must have
Hyden.
been what it was like for Radiohead fans to hear Kid A for the first time. I'm currently confused and very intrigued and excited about this new sound.
Well, it feels like it's music that's already out there. It resembles Plunderphonics, similar to like 106 Points Never, Garden of Delete. And I feel like it resembles the shift in musical style that Sufjan had with Age of Odds. More so on the glitch music side, however. But Justin adds his own flair to it.
Yeah, I mean... Well, you can go.
ahead.
No, Will, you go ahead.
I mean, the thing is that, like, the new song is a legit progression while still remaining that smooth shit that we love. So, we eatin' soon, fam.
I mean, guys, though, but I love Bonnie, but this is just some pretentious stuff, man. I mean, it's too edgy for me. I mean, read the bio on the Bon Iver website, all right? boniver.org/bio. Like, I love the sense of loneliness, loss, and humility on the last two records. So it's just so odd to see him evolve into almost a Kanye style, personality. I'm sure the album will be great, but I was hoping for something a little more similar, to AP2, capturing the essence of the outdoors and nature itself. It's just hard to relate to all the stuff, the crazy, transcendental stuff.
See, I get what you're saying in a sense, but I disagree, and that's because I've seen what he's done with Volcano Choir. I think he's maybe just grown out of his croony, melodic Bon Iver self and is moving towards something new. Maybe it'll be too far, maybe it won't. But all I know is that his debut of the album at Eau Claire was incredible. I'm not kidding. This thing is a masterpiece.
I got a
Such
question.
an amazing set, wonderful songs.
All right, can we
I have
stop?
a question.
Can we? Okay, AJ,
Okay, no.
go.
To seriously unjerk for a second here, to speak in my own words for a moment, this feels like as a huge Bon Iver fan. I mean, they were one of the bands I listened to the most in high school. They were pretty formative in like what would become my accepted canon of music taste. It was always obvious that this is the direction Justin Vernon wanted to head with his music. And as someone who likes the second album, Bon Iver, way more than For Emma, like that's got that sparse ambient sense to it, but still like electronic moments. And then at the end, Beth Rest is just like this huge flood of you're like, this is fucking different. But like, I've listened to like every single musical project that has ever come out that Justin Vernon has been a part of, like all of these weird like backwoods shit where it's literally just like banging on sticks in the woods albums he's got out there that you can find if you like to look for music illegally, kids. But he's put out a song in like 2014 called Heavenly Father for like some movie soundtrack, and they were like, whoa, a new Bon Iver song, like we thought Bon Iver were done. And I was like, if we could get an album that all sounds like Heavenly Father, I'm like, that might be a fucking legendary album. And I think we're getting it, because looking at that track list, you're like, this is going to be weird. This is going to be out there. It's going to, like, looking at that track list first, you're like, okay, what the fuck is this? Then you listen to the songs and you're like, yep, that track list, like the names make sense and everything. It looks like a visualization of the music. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to jerk like at all here or anything. I'm just saying that like the names fit once you hear the sound.
It looks like bleep bloops.
It looks like bleep bloops. Thank you.
Yes, but actually, I talk about the singles. The singles are fucking great, especially Death Breast. Holy fucking shit, man! Those fucking.
Someone pointed out that Death Breast is an inversion of Beth Rest.
Ooh,
Or not like an inversion, but
Jesus.
like. Mm-hmm.
it's like one of those words that sound the same. But yeah,
It's like
Death
poetry
Breast.
rhyme.
God, just those drums, those like really, they're so crunchy, and and then of course the random like vocal samples thrown in, and of course Justin Vernon sounding like amazing, and it's just like I'm really excited, because the thing is I did not expect to be excited by a Bon Iver album in 2016, because I am one of those people that Bon Iver I can't
like I'm a huge fan.
But I just can't quite get it into Bon Iver. Like, there's some songs that are great on that. Like, the intro to Bon Iver is great. And Forever Forever Go, it's fine, but I can't really go like, oh, I fucking love this. I can't do that. But these new tracks are just like, oh, this is a revelation. Like, holy shit.
I mean, not to be like like people. Will's been very upset. He's being quiet. I didn't know he liked the songs actually, but he's been very upset the past few days.
I was for unjerking. I'm not a Bon Iver fan. These songs do nothing to change my mind in the slightest.
Oh,
If one hashtag honesty hours. I'm just being honest.
I'm just being honest.
You hate to hear it.
Just being honest.
But Jeremiah, what do you
But,
think?
like-
Jeremiah, you haven't really said anything serious about these tracks.
That's a good
I listened to them
segment
yesterday
idea.
on the toilet, and I thought they were great.
Nice.
That's a good segment idea, actually. Just being honest.
Just being honest. I do that all the time. I'm a real man.
I mean, that's
I'm
in this
human.
entire podcast, is just being honest.
But-
Remember our goodness discussion? Remember that
Hashtag.
shit? But yeah, I'm excited for this
No, what I
album.
wanted to say is 22 Over Soon has just got like that's all the evidence you need of just like Justin Vernon has that. I don't know what it is, but he's got that knack for writing those like melodic hooks. Like just like on I Need a Forest Fire, it's just like he'll take a phrase and he'll just repeat it and it'll be like crooned in that sort of like auto-tuning voice, and you're like, "Yup, put that in my ears right now, please."
It's kind of actually, you know what that reminds me of, like just the way you described it. Desiigner.
Fuck off.
He's the exact same thing. If you think about it,
Not at all.
I'm a little with Will. On this one.
I mean, he
see
does
where
not
he's coming
sound
from.
but the words you were saying sound like you were just describing Desiigner.
You can, if you want, you can cut my audio from earlier in this podcast where I said like Desiigner is trash, and you can just like replace Desiigner is with what I said about Justin Vernon, and we'll see how that holds up. But otherwise, fuck you.
Oh my god. Is there? I
But,
mean,
like,
there's not much
that's-
to say.
That's
God.
what it comes out in like a month, and it's one of my most anticipated albums for the rest of the year for sure.
Also, some of those bundles are very appealing on his website. The jacket. Oh my god. I gotta get that jacket.
Don't even get Matty started on the jacket.
Don't even get started.
Jacket.
I got a cop, man. You know, hashtag. Streetwear. You know, hashtag. Supreme,
Cops are pigs.
Hashtag menswear.
Hashtag ACAB.
Hashtag woke.
Hashtag not all cops.
Oh god. Okay. Anyways, on to.
That's our main subject is.
So yeah, most anticipated albums of the fall. So the next one, which again, since we were kind of talking about this, we're kind of leading into it a little bit, but Kanye West.
Since we're talking about Bon Iver.
No, fucking no. This album's not coming ever.
No,
This
it's
album's
not.
not happening.
TurboGrafx 16 by
Will never-
Kanye West.
TurboGrafx 16 by
He said-
Kanye West will never
He said
be released.
summer 2016, and it's still technically summer.
I'm just putting it out there right now. Kanye West will never release an album called TurboGrafx 16.
I don't. He put on his Twitter. So he must mean it.
It will never happen.
Like, why
Okay.
why would he tweet it if he didn't intend on releasing
He
it?
was probably just playing on his TurboGrafx 16 and was like, I need to release an album called TurboGrafx 16.
I'm just here for the album. Whatever that
Not
shit.
release another album this year because I've released 3.
He could have released Life of
He's
Pablo.
on
Could have
Felipe
been 3
Fiasco.
albums.
There.
Like
3
there's the
albums.
there's material on Life of Pablo for 3 like there's three albums worth of material on that, and like the dissonance on it is very if he wanted to, but he just
That's the thing though. Is that actually, I mean, that's the thing is apparently he's been making a lot of music the past few years, so I don't think we're getting an album this year, but I think we could get one in 2017.
Okay. I don't think it's gonna be released. Like, I do think there could be another Kanye album this year. I do think that at least it could be the end of the year. Like, I do legit think there could be another Kanye album this year, but I'm like 50-50. It's like 50% is like, yeah, of course Kanye's gonna drop an album this year. Another one's like, nah, he's not.
Yeah, I'm like more like 1585.
Okay.
He's
I'm
not
like-
gonna release.
I'm
He's
like,
he's going on tour and stuff, and like he's still adding tracks to Pablo.
see, the reason why I'm 50-50 is that I have hope in Kanye still. I didn't really care for Life of Pablo that much compared to you guys. It's a mess. It's a fucking mess.
Yo, Life of Pablo is the album of all the years.
See,
Let me tell you.
It's a beautiful mess.
See, that's my
Let me
honest
tell you.
opinion. My honest opinion is that the Life of Pablo really is it's a fucking mess, and not really in a good way.
Good.
Not in a bad way either.
Album-
It's just it's a
the thing
fucking
is
mess.
so bad.
That's the
Remember what you were
best way.
saying like the day it came out?
Yes, but the thing is, my opinion changed because here's the thing. That's first listen hype. All right, that's first listen. Like, oh shit,
You should be
I'm
less
so hyped right now. But
See, but the thing is, but you let your quote unquote objectivity get in the way.
yes, well, it got me away because on multiple listens, I realized it's like what happened with Wild Heart with me. Because Wild Heart, those first listens were like, holy shit, this is a great fucking album. But as time went on, and I'm like, oh,
You're gonna
sorry,
quit
great.
the
Enough of your bad
sorry.
feelings.
Okay,
You don't need to hear them.
all right, we'll just move on to the next album. This one's for AJ, Joyce Manor, Cody.
yeah.
This
boy-
just got announced. It's coming out October 7th.
I saw their self-titled for $13 at my record store, and I was really tempted, but I realized I never had much money, and I was like, I have to get 80s records. But Joyce Manor is the GOAT running music. Oh, that's the other thing. It's impractical to have on vinyl because you just want to run to it, and you can't really
True.
run to vinyl.
Here's
It's
the thing
also
we need.
impractical running music though because it's so short.
We need to talk
I mean,
about
that's the
fact
point. You
that
just sprint all out for 20 minutes.
Joyce Manor's not emo; they're pop punk. Is the thing we need to put out there.
Well, pop punk is bad though. You have to consider that.
If you go onto the emo subreddit, and post a Joyce Manor song, all of the comments will be like, "This doesn't fucking belong here. Joyce Manor isn't emo; they're pop punk." So
And they're not wrong.
Shout out to r/emo. But yeah, the single on this thing rips. Joyce Manor's touring with the Hotel. You're gonna see him, gonna cry, all that good stuff.
So that's actually one question I have for you about the single, though. What do you think about Kanye West?
What do I think about Kanye West?
Yes.
I like it.
I mean, do you not remember the lyrics to the song, AJ?
No, I don't remember the lyrics to the song.
Hold on. Fucking, no, I gotta find the part. Hold on. I'm looking.
It's like literally part of the song is like, what do you think about Kanye West? It's like, I think he's pretty cool.
Oh, here we go. Okay, singing.
What
What do you think about
Joyce Manor.
Kanye West? I
I feel the
think that
same.
he's great. I think he's the best. Yeah, I think he's better than John Steinbeck. I think he's better than Phil Hartman.
I don't
Yeah.
listen to. I gotta be honest. I don't pay attention to the lyrics when I listen to Joyce Manor. I just like.
I heard that the first time though. Like the first time I listened to it, I was like sitting like in the lobby at like the business college.
Oh, and you're just like,
Cool.
all right, this
Listen to-
fucks.
Then I was like, yeah, I thought that, and I also thought, hey, they're talking about Kanye West.
But yeah, I played this on the new single on my radio show. It's pretty good. I'll probably check out the sound when it comes out if I get reminded of it by AJ. If he relentlessly, makes me listen to it.
You will.
But yeah. Anyways.
Oh, speaking of fucking good albums that are coming out later this year,
We got to talk about this next one.
this next one's my most anticipated album for the rest of the year. Put
Even
it up.
more than Bon Iver? Bon Iver?
Yeah, just because Bon Iver's like, I didn't expect that, and there it was, and I was like, cool, we're getting that. But this one, like, the singles have been out all year almost, and I'm like, gimme, gimme, gimme. It's the Cymbals Eat Guitars record.
Which by
years.
the way, produced by John Congleton, our friend John Congleton. Shouts out.
Friend
Nice.
friend of the program.
Friend of your local radio station.
Recurring guest, John Congleton.
Yes.
I just want to say that 4th of July, Philadelphia Sandy is one of the best song names of all time, and it's so good.
See, the one I've only listened to that one like twice, but like I've listened to Wish a lot, and that's Bruce Springsteen as hell.
Are you kidding me? It's more Bruce Springsteen than the song called 4th of July, Philadelphia Sandy.
Okay, it's more Bruce Springsteen than I think Bruce Springsteen sometimes.
Okay, that's fair.
It's more Bruce Springsteen than Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair too.
I mean, like, and someone else, I posted that song on Cymbal when it came out, and someone said they thought it was Bowie, like when they heard it. And I could hear that too. I mean, like,
I can hear that too. Like, it's
Cymbals Eat
very.
Guitars is a really cool band because they're kind of like from that same like alt scene, like emo pop punk scene. Like they had broad influence of that.
It's very
they
like
also draw-
nostalgia-based music too. Their inspirations
Yeah.
are very clear.
But it's like also David Bowie and Bruce Springsteen. That's the thing cool about it too is that like it has some. It sounds like Bruce Springsteen, but like the vocals are like really fucked up and also they're objectively bad, which is kind of interesting.
They're
They're weird. You have to grow.
Yeah, I guess so.
I've only listened to Loose, but I was listening to that earlier today. And that album that's an incredible album.
Why There Are Mountains is kind of cool. It's like much fuzzier than their other stuff, but it's still pretty cool. I would say.
I need to listen to their other. They have 3 albums so far.
Yeah, 3 albums total.
I need to listen to their other 2 before the new one comes out.
Lens
So,
is
yeah.
alien, and I don't really care for all that much.
That's fair. But yeah, I'll definitely listen to those 2 albums. And Loose is a great album, and I'm with you there. Pretty Years is definitely one of my most anticipated of the year so far.
Nice.
Rounding out that rock trio, though, we got the new Beach Slang record, A Loud Bash Teenage.
Boy,
Excellent title. It's fucking Beach Slang. It's
That-
gonna be good.
that's we were talking about Japandroids earlier. This is kind of like their twin. They're kind of their twin band.
Yeah, like if we didn't have Japandroids, I would be happy because we had Beach Slang, but we still have Japandroids.
That thing, like I did when I listened to, I just gone to Japandroids earlier this year, Confession Hours, and I listened to Beach Slang's last album last year, the things we do to find people that feel the same way we do, as you, something like that. And I didn't like
the things we do to find people who feel like
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't like it that much because I thought I wrote it off as bro punk.
Because you're a big fat fucking idiot.
And things like my least favorite band in the world is Dropkick Murphys. So like, I'm like, fuck, it sounds like bro punk. Fuck this. But yeah, I know. Getting into Japandroids got me into Beach Slang. And they have the same thing going on too because they're a band that with like an aesthetic that like they fully embrace.
Yeah.
Like like the name of this album, A Loud Bash of Teenage Feelings. That's the most Beach Slang album title they possibly could have come up with.
Yeah.
And if you just look at the single's name, Punks at a Disco Bar, that's the most Beach Slang song title of all time. Like they just like it's kind of like Japandroids, where all their songs just sound like Japandroid songs. Beach Slang did the exact same thing. It's like they can't do it, but they do it, and it's wonderful.
It's gonna be a good fucking record. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about Beach Slang too is that like what's really cool about them is that James Alex, the lead frontman, is that he's 41 years old. So he's singing these songs, all these youthful songs.
He's a little boy.
Which sounds really cringy, like in concept. But he makes it work, and it's really cool to see like he's in a couple of bands before this, but this is the first one to really take off. And it's cool to see him like finally accomplish his dreams at this age. So like it's never too
Bad
late.
Bad Art and Weirdo Ideas was definitely one of the best songs of 2015.
True.
And once again, that's like totally Beach Slang song title.
I really
It's
like
ridiculous.
I Break Guitars too.
All right, now that we've gotten through the rock trio, it's time for rapid fire mode.
Let's just
All
do.
right.
Okay, wait. I have an
Okay,
idea.
We can't. Okay, some of the stuff we can rapid fire, but some of the stuff we can talk about a bit more in depth. But the next ones we can kind of rapid fire. Okay.
Let's just do yes or no for the next like 6 we have on the list.
What do you
Okay.
mean by that?
Say the name of the album. Everyone says either yes or no. Do you care?
All right.
Okay.
All right. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Skeleton Tree.
Not really.
No.
I'll say
Nick
yes.
Cave?
I like
Zach, Zach
no,
was
no, but just because I haven't gotten into Nick Cave yet, but I want to at some point. So I'm a little in between.
Clipping, Splendor and Misery.
No.
yes,
99.
yes.
well,
yes,
David
yes,
Diggs was in Hamilton.
so he's a white person now.
It's got a really weird. So the single
He's
has
officially a
really
white
weird-
man.
I'm going to talk about this. The single has a really weird vibe to it. David Diggs was in Hamilton. He's basically a white person now. The album has a really, really strange concept that kind of is ripping off Deltron 3030, but I still think this is going to be really fucking good because Clipping put out the best rap album of 2014, and they're going to do it again.
Boy, no. Okay, here's the thing. I like Clipping, like the album Clipping, not the band. Mixed feelings, but there was just something felt missing from that entire album. Whether it be like it was just a mixture of something felt missing from the production, something felt missing from David Diggs himself. Like there's some great songs in there. Like I think there's a few tracks where there's like, oh, this is just fucking perfect. Like Story, I think it's Story 2. That's fucking that's a perfect song. Like that's fucking amazing. But there's just stuff in there that just it doesn't quite like it's so close for me. Like it's so close from being like a really good album, but it's just sort of like it's like it's okay. But yeah, I'm a no on this. I didn't really Wriggle. I listened to some of this stuff. I don't care. I don't really care.
Wriggle fucking ripped. I slept on Wriggle too hard. I'm sorry. I want to apologize to David Diggs.
Zach's gonna be mad at me for dissing Clipping. I'm sorry, Zach. But
Matty's
AJ here,
Get
so
these homies.
Matty's
dissing
done
my
being
girl.
wrong.
I'm a
the
Death
next
fanboy, man. You know
The next one is Pixies, Head Carrier. I'm gonna give this the second hardest no of the night. Will, take it away.
Okay, so yeah, Pixies. I mean, they're obviously the classic band. Pretty much they're the pioneers of alt rock. But their 2014 album, Indie Cindy, not good. Not good. There's the reunion album. But to be fair to that album, it was a compilation of EPs they released between 2004 and 2013 since their reunion. So it was pretty much doomed to start with. And I wouldn't have cared about this album, except the newest single, Chagalaga. It's like it sounds like some classic Pixies right there. It doesn't have quite the same energy, but just like from the performances to the song title, everything about it is just very Pixies, and it just feels like they're back. And you got Paz Linchanton taking over for Kim Deal on bass, and she's the real. She's the real deal.
She's a real deal.
She's been in countless bands. So, I have faith in this. I don't think it's going to be album of the year, obviously, but I think this is going to be a return to form for them, somewhat. And also, they released they didn't release, but they performed 3 songs at like a live concert, and I watched them on YouTube, and they're pretty good. I think Slum would be good. The only thing that's really putting me off is that apparently, what's his name? Black Francis made Paz write a song about Kim Deal, which sounds like it'll be the worst thing of all time.
Just like this album. Okay, also, the next album we have on the list,
Boy,
My Woman by Angel Olsen.
Hell yes.
Very excited for this one.
I've already listened to this because it leaked. It's very, very good. Very excited. Really go more in depth in this album in the next month or so. I'm seeing her live on September 30th. I'm super fucking excited. And it's also going to be a hometown show because she's from St. Louis. So,
Ooh,
oh really?
hey, yeah. So I'm
Really?
excited. I'm excited. But yeah, this is a great album. Seriously, I can't wait for you guys to all listen to this. It's fucking amazing.
yeah. I just held off on the leak. I'm still digging both those singles so much, and I'm like, I can just hold on for this album to come out. But I think, yeah, I'm really excited about it.
Oh yeah,
And I thought they were just okay.
Jeremiah.
I mean, I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to it, but
What? Oh, I like Angel Olsen. She's good.
Yes. All right. So the next one, local native Sunlit Youth.
Woo!
No.
No.
Thumbs
I
down.
have to go now. I have to go now. As someone who works at an alt radio station, I gotta go now.
I
Actually haven't.
hear your opinion.
I just remembered I haven't listened to the singles, and I might not just let myself experience this album, because I feel like if I had heard any of Hummingbird beforehand, I would have been like, oh, I don't know. Instead of just listening to Hummingbird in one sitting, so I will refrain from the singles on this album.
There's everything that's wrong with alt rock.
I heard Sea of
Fuck
Love.
you guys.
Seas of Love, I
Okay.
think is what it is, which is going to be on the record. I saw that live video. Really great. Really excited. I think it's. I mean, I'm excited to hear what it sounds like. Everyone on Indieheads is trashing it because they don't have taste. So we'll see what happens.
You. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, so I work at an alt radio station. I think Past Lives is a solid single. I enjoyed that, but the other stuff has been brought to the music meetings at my college station, and I was not a fan. I was just incredibly bored. It was just sort of like, I mean, I love Hummingbird because Jeremiah put me on Hummingbird. It's a great record. But the new singles here are just they're not impressing me. It just seems like it's just like going to the shitty trend of alt bands just throwing synths in and not really knowing how to use them properly. Because
the local natives did that before it was cool and bad.
Because I will say, I know y'all are gonna give me shit for talking about this, but as much as I hate Currents, I at least will give Kevin Parker some props on at least doing synths in a new interesting way that alternative music is not doing right now. Is that they're doing very boring, Warpaint. They just dropped a new single, really boring synth pop track. It's incredibly boring, but at least Kevin Parker was like, hey, let me just go fucking overboard. Who gives a fuck? I'll give him props for that. But that's all I gotta say. But yeah, I'm a no on this, sadly. Yeah. All right. So next album, Jenny Hval, Blood Bitch.
I put this one on here. I might be the only yes. I like Jenny Hval a lot.
I'm neutral. I'm not yes or no. I don't really listen to Jenny Hval, so
the single Female Vampire is super good. Super good. So you guys can check that out and you might get excited for it. But yeah, this would be a good record.
Oh, did you catch her at Pitchfork?
Yeah, 20 minutes of it.
That was so weird.
She had a clown fucking another clown. It was weird.
It made me uncomfortable. I saw her open for Perfume Genius. What a ride that
really?
was.
What year was that?
That was last year.
Oh, nice. But yeah, I'm excited for that record. Then we have Two Door Cinema Club. I didn't know this was happening.
I put this down just because I work at an alt radio station. We've been playing the first single. I think Ari Ray is an okay single. It's got on my nerves though because we've just been overplaying it. However, I did play the other single they dropped, and I actually kind of like that. So I'm slightly yes. I'm a very light yes on this, I'd say.
Okay.
Very light yes. But yeah, it's definitely better than some of the other some of the better stuff that I've been listening to on my station recently. So I'll give this a slight yes.
I'm 100% not going to listen to this.
Yeah, I'm with Will. I'm not going to listen to this.
I don't blame you the slightest.
I'm just not gonna listen
but I was gonna put down the I was gonna put down the Bastille album that's coming out soon. But again, that's you guys are gonna say no. It's just alt radio things. But continue.
Bastille?
Well, see, here's the thing. Tourist History is great.
Bastille? Hey, you say Bastille?
Tourist History is a great record.
Okay, what's it called? Pompeii? That's one of the best pop songs of the day.
And Good Grief is a
That's
great single.
not-
Good Grief is great. I love that single. It's a great fucking song. But the other single they dropped is not that good.
Wait, are we talking about Bastille or are we talking about...
Yeah, why
we're
are we
talking about
talking
Bastille. Because I was gonna put,
Why are we
I
talking
was
about
gonna add
Bastille?
that to the list. And I decided not to.
I'd like to talk about... Can I talk about Cinema Clubs? I think I'm probably like the one person here who really likes them.
Okay.
Tourist History's great. Wasn't super huge on Beacon. There's a few really great songs on Beacon. And I think... I'm excited to hear what they do. If they do something... They're probably going to push... Because Beacon was pretty different from Tourist History. So I'm excited to see what they do. I'm excited for the record. Might be fun. Might not be. We never know.
All right.
All right. There you go.
Moving on, Will. I'll let you take this one.
Okay.
Oh, it better
yeah.
not be what I think it is.
Boy, it is what you think it is.
No, it's okay. No, it's not. No. I like the album cover for this a lot.
Okay,
I like
that's
the
Yeah,
no
they
way
album-
to
actually
what it
named
is.
the album.
Okay,
I wanted
the
to
next
keep
album
this.
is Wilco. Schmilko.
I thought that Goodness might have the worst name to album cover, like disconnect of the year, but this one took it because it's the worst album name with best album cover.
Get out of here. That's a great name.
Yeah, I think it's
it's
like-
a fine
When
name
I
for an
first
album.
read it, like the very minute I read it, I was like, "This is awful." But like, as the year went on, not even the year, as the day went on, I was like, "Actually, this is amazing."
Wilco, okay, Wilco
Wilco
have turned,
Schmelko, fuck him.
Wilco have turned into a fucking meme band. You can't even deny this.
Are they?
Yeah.
What? When did that happen?
They
Well,
called it. They dropped a
yes.
fucking album out of nowhere with the name Star Wars with like a kitty on the front, and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah,
"Why
that's
is the
fair.
album called Star Wars?"
And they
I really
allegedly
like.
said they-
Shut the
Yeah,
fuck up, Will.
that's
I
what
really
you
like the
said.
movie.
There's
I
a-
really like the movie Star Wars, so I just decided to name my album Star Wars. And then they come out with this piece of shit, and they got the guy who does all like the art with guys with like butts and dicks to do the album cover, which like it's good album cover, but they call it fucking Schmilko. They're a fucking meme band. They're a meme band.
Okay, here's what I think. I'm the resident Wilco fan here. I think they're just a band that I like. Their existence just makes me happy. Just Jeff Tweedy being himself just makes me happy. And I think that Star Wars, that was kind of an album where it's like, it didn't change the world. But it's one of those kind of bands that like 20 years into their existence, it justifies their continued existence and their continued release of music, which is all you can really ask for at this point. You know, they've already released their most vital albums, their most vital songs. So now they're just having fun. And I mean, you can't help but have fun with them on Star Wars. Like, that's their electric album. That's their rock and roll album. And Schmilko is apparently going to be their more, it's going to be the sibling album to it, but more acoustic.
Let me ask you a question. How do you feel? How do you respect yourself sitting here talking about the artistic merit of an album named Schmilko?
Well, okay, number one, I haven't listened to the album yet. But number two, Wilco is a fantastic band. And I'm sorry that you have bad taste.
Yo, you know
All
what's
right,
the
we need to
best?
move on.
You know
We
what's
need
the,
to
guys, you know
move
what's the
on.
best album
But
she does?
Wilco is like a top 10 band for me. And I love them. And I'm excited for this album.
What were you trying to say, Jeremiah?
You know what the best album of 2012 is?
What is the best album in 2012?
What is the Celebration Rock?
Lonerism.
Channel
Wait, did I say
Orange.
2012? I meant 2002.
2002.
I was gonna say "Turn on the Bright Lights" by Interpol.
Ooh.
Got him.
Yeah.
Ding dong.
But Yankee Hotel Foxtrot is the greatest album of all time. If Alex were here,
Zinged them. Zinged
Yeah.
them, winged them.
I'm with
Anyway.
Jeremiah. I was actually listening to Turn on the Bright Lights the other day in my car, like on the way to go water flowers for my job. Fuck man, that album's fucking great.
I listened to it on the plane. It's a good plane album.
but here's the thing: that Matt, have you ever listened to Yankee Hotel Foxtrot besides
Actually,
that one time I told you to?
No, I haven't listened to it since that one time.
See, I mean, I just recommend listen. I mean, like, I'm not saying you have to love it or anything, but just give it another shot.
I mean, I liked it. I just didn't feel the need to go back to it. Like, I mean, I think Jesus Etc. was like the song that stuck with me the most of the entire album.
Because that's one of the best songs ever made. Tall buildings shake.
Okay, we do need to go on to the next album though.
So
All right,
sad.
this one.
Oh,
All
yeah.
right,
Rapid fire.
All right.
Go.
Danny Brown,
Danny
Atrocity
Brown,
Exhibition.
Atrocity
Yes,
Exhibition.
yes. Rap album of
Like,
the year.
cool.
There's nothing else I need to say. When It Rain, one of the best singles of the year. This album's gonna be the best rap album of the year. There's nothing. Again, it's facts.
Hey,
Okay,
Matt,
then.
can you
In
talk
that
faster?
case, moving on. Injury reserve.
Boy.
It's similar
Boy.
to Live at the Dentist. It's got the dentist theme going.
No, okay. Oh shit is one of the best. It's the banger of the year.
I know. I still haven't listened to it. I need to listen to it.
Has anyone here listened to that song?
Nope.
I need to listen to it.
No.
I'll listen to it after this
I
podcast.
wasn't-
Boy, that's our song of the week.
Okay.
We're
Your song?
bringing back song of the week because oh shit is the song of the week.
You're the song of the week.
Boy.
You know what song I am though?
No,
Oh
not
shit, by
not
injury.
the Green Day single.
All right. Green Day, Revolution Radio. This comes out
It-
October 7th. Oh, by the way, we should mention. I think we've been missing dates on some of this stuff. Yeah, whatever. Green Day,
Doesn't
Revolution
matter.
Radio. So they just dropped the single for this Bang Bang, and Willow and I are the only people who are gonna probably of the podcast who probably actually like the single.
Down
I'm
with
gonna give
Green
this-
Day.
I'm gonna give this the hardest no I've ever given anything in my entire life. I do
Same.
not want a new Green Day album in 2016.
It's just because Rolling Stone's gonna have it in their top 10. No matter
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm not that big. I mean, like I listened to Green Day growing up. I liked Doolittle. Not Doolittle. I was
That's
thinking of
Pixies,
Pixies.
boy.
No. I liked Dookie a lot. See, there's some more titles. But
Dookie's a
anyways,
classic. I will never not say Dookie's a classic.
Exactly. I listened to Dookie a lot. And actually, I listened to 21st Century Breakdown. That's not a great album, but I listened. It came out when I was at that age, so I listened to that a lot. And Warning, that's an underrated album. But the point is that I'm not a huge Green Day fan. But this song, like, I'm like just like coming in with no expectations. The song rocks. It rips.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I read Craig Jenkins' review. He kind of hit the nail on the head, saying that it's kind of copying like '90s Pennywise and Rancid, which it sort of is. But I mean, it's recontextualized in 2016, and it's just fucking rocks. I mean, Billy Joe Armstrong has never been good with nuance. This song is about it's from the first person perspective of a mass shooter. So I mean, in that perspective, it's not great. You know, kind of lacks some nuance. It's basically all it's saying is that they want to be a celebrity martyr, which may be part of their perspective, but it's a little bit. I mean, I don't think that's kind of narrow view of a mass shooter. But that being said, everything about it just gets me going. Now, I didn't expect a lot. I was like, I would have been in the same camp as AJ. But I like this song a lot, and I'm anticipating this album. I don't know. I mean, I don't expect it all to be as good as this, but if it is, then I don't know. Might be one of my favorites.
All
of
right,
the year.
moving on. Will, good words on that. You have the best words. Better than Donald Trump, I'd say.
Better than Donald Trump.
Ah, nice meme.
Okay, Pusha T, King Push.
Oh, fuck yeah.
This should be pretty good.
I'll give it a barely. I'll barely give it a yes. I didn't listen to
Barely?
it.
Give it a yes.
No, here's the thing. I like my name's
Motherfucker.
name. No. It's just I haven't listened to the album he put out like last year. I didn't.
Oh,
I haven't
boy.
listened to that yet.
Boy.
I forgot to
Okay,
listen to
here's
it.
my
I forgot that
story.
it came out. I
First
forgot
of all,
about it.
how dare
I'm sorry. I like my name is my name. It's a good. I like my name is my name. It's very underrated.
hell yeah, it's underrated.
It's a very good album. It just has like 1 or 2 weak tracks, but outside of those weak tracks, it's fucking amazing.
Pusha T is just like he's that rapper that like he's that one rapper that's like I hope he never progresses artistically. Like, I just want him to put out banger after
Yeah,
banger.
he's been making songs about cocaine for his entire career, and he still just finds new and creative ways to talk about cocaine, and I'm like, go for it, man. Just keep doing
Yeah,
it.
like I don't want him to change one bit.
It's
ever.
like last night on Twitter when that Yes Jules sex tape leaked, and like literally Twitter just was coming up for almost every. They just basically ran the well dry of describing Yes Jules as moans. That's like Pusha T and cocaine. in his
I
raps.
did not understand any of that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're talking about a Snapchat celebrity. Matt.
Yeah. Whoops. Sorry.
But like, link me
carry on.
that sex tape after the podcast.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's not really worth
I'm in it-
watching. It's not worth
I'm in it
watching,
for
bro.
some moans.
Oh, so Matt, you're saying you watched a sex tape?
Yes, I did.
Matty, I can't believe you'd watch a sex tape. What kind of person
Matt,
are you?
that's disgusting.
Hey, am I the
Okay,
only
like-
one? Am I the only one who still cares about sex tapes?
Zing!
Oh god. Okay. Jesus Christ.
And then I need a Young Thug verse that's completely not related to that at all.
Oh god. All right, Beck. He has an album coming out in October. I'm gonna go with a no.
I'll give it a yes. The single's weird, but I like it.
I mean, it's Beck.
I mean,
Always
I give it a no
deserves
that I'm not super into Beck, so I can't really.
But things don't have to
And
be
WoW,
Beck.
I mean, I will say, actually, you know what? I'm going to switch my answer. I'm going to go a slight yes just because WoW is so fucking weird that I have to give it some props. It's like, because when we were talking about it whenever it came out, I was basically sort of saying it's sort of like his own sort of commentary on kind of the scene of, like, the state of alternative right now, where you have, like, 21 Pilots is, like, fucking huge. Because they mix together all these, like, contemporary genres, you know, like, mixing this, you know, hip-hop and pop music and to this really bad combination, but it's very interesting. Because I will say, on 21 Pilots, they are both very talented guys. They just use their talents for the worst things in the world. Like, Tyler Joseph, don't rap. You're a solid singer. Don't rap. You have good melodies. Don't stop rapping, please. Stop writing lyrics that are really bad. If they just made an album that full-on embraced pop music, I think I would like 21 Pilots. But they can't embrace pop music because they still have to, you know, appeal to the alternative kids. And they still have to be like, oh, we're going to do a little bit of hip-hop and some other black genres that we have no business trying to do. But anyways, back to Beck. I'll give it a yes.
Back to Beck.
Beck is Beck. He's the new David
Back
Bowie.
to Beck.
Now that David Bowie is dead, he's basically like the guy who takes that same niche as the guy who's like super mainstream, but also super experimental and just changes from every album to next. Not always.
No, that's Kanye West. Kanye West is the new David Bowie.
What is David Bowie?
Anyway, okay,
David Bowie's dead. Okay, have some respect.
Oh God! All right, so I mean, there's not much. WoW's an interesting.
But the thing is, Beck is Beck. So like, if you don't listen to the album, like, who are you?
All right, cool. Arca, Reverie. This is supposed to come out in the fall, I think. I'm gonna go say yes because I love Arca.
Computers aren't instruments, so no.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a no.
Because I think Dylan and we talked about this in the chat one time. Arca, he hasn't really made like his great album yet. And he's so close because he works so well with other artists. Like, you know, like the Volnikura, fucking great. FK Twigs,
I like
great.
his
Jesus,
production.
great.
I like his production for other people, but not for himself. So I'll give this a no.
Because, he's so close. Because I do think like Zen is a good album, but it's not great. Mutant is a good album, but it's not great. But I do feel like I do think this could be his great album. Like, I do feel like this could be the album that like really goes, okay, he's great as a solo artist. Like, he's finally there. He's so close, and he's just so interesting to watch and listen to. And also, I forgot to mention, he also worked with none other than, drum roll, please,
No.
Dean Blunt. He worked with Dean Blunt on his 2013 album.
Bjork.
No, I was gonna
Take
say
a shot.
I already said Bjork. I said Dean Blunt because he did the stuff with Baby
Every
Father.
time Matty says Dean Blunt, take a shot.
Yep.
Y'all gonna get alcohol poisoning in this bitch. All right. Anyways, but yeah, I'm excited.
What is Dean Blunt?
I feel like have you actually listened to Dean Blunt, Jeremiah?
But what is Dean Blunt? Anyways, moving on. Frank Ocean, Boys Don't
God.
Cry. Obviously
Never
excited.
Yes.
Don't know why
LMAO.
anyone thought it was going to come out 2 weeks ago. Like, you guys are freaking silly. It's going to
How
come
did,
out when
like-
it comes out. It's going to be
How
really
did we
good.
How did
We're
we
going to
let that
forget
happen?
all the bad things Frank Ocean has done to us because it's going to be a good album. Moving on. LCD Sound System. This is going to be fun. Don't even know if it's actually
God
going to
fucking
come.
damn it, Jero.
Hype,
Okay,
anyways.
let's talk about Frank Ocean though.
Can we-
Yeah,
can
I
we
need-
please.
I need to talk about how that happened, and like the New York Times and like every respectable music outlet was like, "Here's this album's release date. It's coming out," with no founding whatsoever. There was a whack ass live stream. The whole weekend passed, and then we were just like, "Guess that album didn't come out."
See, what was fortunate about that is that I was working at a music festival and like was sleeping and went to bed early the night it was supposed to come out. So like I just would not have been in a place to hear the album if it came out. So I'm really glad he didn't release it. It was very courteous of him.
Okay.
Oh, thank you,
All
Frank
right,
Ocean.
so I'm yes,
Nice guy,
obviously,
Frank.
because I think Channel Orange is a classic. Fuck you, AJ. It's a fucking classic. You shut your
Fuck
fucking
you,
you
shitbag.
shut your whore mouth, AJ. You shut your whore mouth. Anyways, Boys Don't Cry. I do want to talk about the live stream. I think the live stream was kind of interesting and cool because Frank.
No, it
Ocean's
fucking wasn't.
Yeah, it was. It was cool. Because here's the
Dude,
thing.
that's the most pretentious
Okay,
thing I've
it
ever
was
seen.
cool. It was cool because here's the thing. It reminds me of Ginny Death. Okay, that shit. Ginny Death. Of course, when it happened, that was the worst thing in the world. As a fan, it was like, I hate this so much. But in retrospect, it was like, wow, that was amazing. That was so much fun to live through. It actually it was awesome, and I feel like that's the case right now with Frank Ocean. Although, because I've because I've experienced Jenny Death and because I experienced the life of Pablo, I feel like now I can actually have fun during this race. Because here's the thing: I can wait for Frank Ocean. I can wait because Chino Orange is so great, and there's a bunch of great music out there, so I can wait. However, of course, I'm still very excited. I do think Frank Ocean's going to bring something very interesting to the table. I mean, again, it's been it's rumored that, I think Holly Herndon might have production on this album, or at least he was working with Holly Herndon. And that's fucking interesting.
Is that Kevin Parker's going to have production?
Yeah, Kevin Parker produced the whole thing. Here's my perspective. Frank Ocean is letting this get so out of control that it's going to be his fault when this album hits and people are like, oh, that's it? Because, just fucking say something like, hey, guys, the album got delayed because of, this, that, but I'm working hard on it. It's
that's the thing.
I think
it's building up.
I think
he doesn't.
I think he will explain it whenever it comes out. I think he'll explain the delays. I think right now he's keeping quiet.
I don't think so, because Justin Vernon is almost exactly the same way. He's a very reclusive guy, but he still just kind of frequently posts on social media, and he's like, hey, got a cool thing. Or hey, I'm in the woods this weekend. Check out this picture of a fucking tree. And people are just taking Frank Ocean's silence on social media and cranking it up to 12,000, where they're being it's all part the past 4 years have been part of his vision, and this is every second is only as Frank Ocean has willed it. Everything that's happened in the universe has been built up to Boys Don't Cry, and it's gonna deliver on every single level. And guess what? It's not gonna fucking do that.
What is Boys Don't Cry?
That's the thing is that he.
Okay, here's the thing though, AJ.
AJ. No.
We don't know what it sounds like. There's no singles. We have literally no idea what it sounds like.
We knew that he scrapped it. We knew that he scrapped the original one that was supposed to come out last year because it sounded entirely like Sweet Life.
How do we know this? We don't know this.
No, we don't know. We know this. Someone close to him said that.
We have a quote unquote source.
Someone close to him said that it was coming out last Friday.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. Okay. He doesn't owe us any. Technically, he doesn't owe us any.
Frank Ocean doesn't owe you.
But what he does owe us is communication. When he said from his own mouth, that's the only communication we directly have from him since about the new album is that it was coming out in July 2015.
And he's got 2 versions.
And then it didn't happen. And then the thing is that he didn't owe us an album in 2015, July of 2015. But he owed us he owed us something
if he comes out and says hey guys, I never had an album, I'm not making music, that's fine.
Yeah, but he has to say something. He can't just hands on and then just blue ball him completely.
Man, we're getting cucked hard by Frank Ocean right now, guys.
That's what I'm saying.
He cucked the whole world.
It's fine if he doesn't release a single song the rest of his life, but he has to at least tell us.
I mean, I don't really. I can wait. I can wait, and I don't really give a shit. Here's the thing: again, Jenny Death. We fucking experienced with Jenny Death. All right.
Jenny Death wasn't as long as you thought.
It wasn't as long, but
Jenny Death wasn't even a full fucking Jenny Death wasn't even a year.
Well, see, but here's the reason. The reason Jenny Death was revolutionary
ready for this.
is because Death Grips invented the surprise release.
That's right. Yeah.
Fuck off.
Anyways, moving on. LCD Sound System's new album.
It's not coming out this year.
It might come out. I mean, it might not come out this year, but I think there is one on the way.
It is on the way, but it's not this year.
Either way, I'm super excited. It doesn't even need to be it's gonna be good. It doesn't need to be extra emotional, but I'm still just gonna jam to it no matter what. And it's probably gonna end up being top 10 album of the year.
I really expected them to do new music on the tour, and I'm a little surprised that they haven't. And it's also a little worrying that this new album might be very far away.
I think it's early 2017 is definitely the I think it's the maximum.
Okay, I want to close. I want to move on and talk about the last album, another album that may never happen.
It's not the last album that we're talking about, but you guys can continue.
The other two are completely unfounded.
No, we have to do the second to last one.
Oh God.
Okay, so this next one is brand new.
LP5. We got LP9 this year. Will we get LP5?
So here's the thing. I've last year after they released Mane, however you pronounce it.
Mane.
I pronounced it mean, but
I say mean too.
How my dog just Mene on me.
When it happened, I was like, dang, this album is coming soon. It's happening. And I bought tickets to see them in October, and I'm like, by the time I see them, there's going to be a new album.
And then this year, what happened?
So then towards March. So I've seen them twice since the release of Mean, and still no new album.
And they're touring again this fall
with Modern Baseball and the Front Bottoms. But here's the thing:
one band is good, one band is not good.
Here's the thing: full disclosure, Brand New is my favorite band. I've been listening to since high school, and they still are an important part of my life. So I browsed R-Brand New, and apparently, allegedly, he told someone in San Diego that they were going to try to get the album out before the fall, or during the fall, before their next tour. So hopefully, prayer hands, it'll happen.
Why is it taking so long for the album to come out? That's what I don't really listen to Brand New or a fan. So why is it taking so long?
Here's the thing about them.
I don't know.
They're extremely private. Like Jesse, all of them. Like we barely know anything about them at all. So that's the thing is that they're kind of like Frank Ocean, except that they've gone on tour. So we've seen them physically. They just haven't addressed the elephant in the room, which is the album.
Then they pulled that shit where it's like,
in some ways I feel like that's worse than Frank Ocean, because at least Frank Ocean's like he's just sitting in silence. It's like you're being taunted. You're being taunted by Brand New, because like we're still touring, we're still around. We just ain't telling you shit about an album though.
No, here's why. Because they never were like, hey guys, we got an album coming like this year. Like plenty of bands, that's a completely bullshit and unfounded statement, and I'm mad at you for it. Because plenty of bands like tour. Do you like expect a new album from Paul McCartney? You're like, well, Paul McCartney's touring. We see him out there like making music. Where's the new Paul McCartney album? You don't fucking do that. Frank Ocean like directly lied to people about the album. Brand New, it's mostly been just like fan rumors. Like, when are we gonna get this album? So I disagree.
And things that their Procrastinate label. That's actually funny that their label's named Procrastinate, but that's neither here nor there. Actually, it is. But anyways, they said that we'll have a release in 2016. But technically, we've already had 3 releases because we had I Am a Nightmare. Then we had the official Mean release on vinyl. And we also had the re-recordings of the leaked 2006 demos. So whether or not we'll technically get a new album this year, I don't know. But I'm hoping. Like they can't. Surely they can't be doing another tour without releasing an album.
Surely they wouldn't tour without.
Surely they're going to release an album, and surely. Here's the thing about them too is that what happens is that they released their last album in September of 2009, and I started listening to them in December 2009. So essentially, I've been listening to them, waiting for an album the entire time I've been a fan. So it's like almost like. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. I just need it to end this chapter of my life and start the next chapter.
That's pretty much my feelings. Like I'm like, this album, I don't like Daisy pretty much at all.
I love Daisy, but that's
like it could be like Brand New aren't like a perfect band or anything in my eyes. I just like want this album to be like, there it is, because I feel like they're definitely done making albums after this one.
Yeah, this is gonna be their last album.
Yeah,
and things I just need it. Like I need to end this chapter of my life. Like. Just like metaphorically speaking, like this will be the start of my next chapter, personally, in my life. So I need it to happen just for that reason.
Please, Jesse Lacey, please.
Please, Jesse. Please, Vince Accardi.
Please give me the album.
Oh shit!
Do the damn thing.
Well, I just remembered this isn't an album, but I know because we're kind of Vince Staples has an EP dropping sometime this year. James Blake has production on it. I'm excited for that.
Didn't he already do something this year?
What? Vince Staples?
Casino Clams. He had
he had a couple features. I know that, but no.
Okay.
I know. Of course, he's done some features.
No solo material.
But other than that, though, yeah, Vince Staples has been pretty.
I mean, Sometime 06 was an album I was like overly harsh on when it first released.
It's too long. I still stand by that. Like it's really good.
Like,
it's just too long.
It bangs.
Okay, I think the first half of Summertime 06, the first disc is like, if that was just an album, like I would have been fine with that. Like if that was just the album, it would have been perfect. Like it has a great ending. It's like if it was just these 10 tracks, it would have been one of the best rap albums of 2015 and possibly of the last like 5 years. However, that second half, there's just some songs in there that really just do not work, and they go on too long. And it's like, okay, why is this 2 albums? Like there's no
also-
reasoning for why it's 2 disc. There's no
'cause
reasoning.
It's still under it's like 59 minutes. So it's still under an hour. So why is it a double album?
There's
It's
no conceptual reason for it to be 2 disc. Of course, Vince will say,
actually,
it's
kind
like
of
this
is because the first one is when he like was still like gang banging and everything, and he thought it was cool. And the second one was like when he lost his innocence.
Which is like, yeah, but it just but
So I get it
you lost your
conceptually.
innocence, and you also lost some of your songwriting ability in the process.
Things, but for it to be a double album, it has to be at least like an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
75 minutes.
Is that exactly
Like,
how
that's-
long Reflector is? 1 hour and 75 minutes, or 1 hour and 15 minutes?
Reflector's longer than that, I think.
No, hold on.
It's an hour
I
and
was listening to
19
Reflector
minutes,
today,
I
and it was 1 hour and 15.
No, it's
It's an hour and
It's an hour
15.
and 15 exactly. Huh.
It's the same length as Random Access Memories.
Ooh.
It's better than Random Access Memories too.
Or
I
usually.
disagree with that, but that's neither here nor there.
All right, but,
No,
The point is that
Vince Staples EP, I'm
the point
excited.
is that it basically the only reason it's a double album is because Vince Staples said so.
Because it
I
could have
wanna
been
say that-
it could have been like a really like classic debut. I mean, maybe not a classic. It could have been really an album that like really goes, oh shit, Vince Staples, like this is a like incredible debut. But instead, it's just a good debut that's so close to being great. It's so close.
The second half still has some good songs like "Hang and Bang," one
Yeah.
hang, one bang, one
Yeah,
slang.
it's pretty much
Hang
like
one bang, one
it's like half and half of the second disc. Like half the songs are really good, half the other songs are not so good. And that's pretty much
The
it.
thing is that it's still overall like the net result is a positive. But like being the current year, I was just overly critical on it. I think
Here's the thing. I want
But it
to
makes
make a statement.
it bangs in the whip.
Every band needs to hurry up and release. If they've got an album that they've been working on, they need to hurry up and get it out this year because 27 album of the year isn't a contest because we're getting a new Arcade Fire album and it's already just shut it down, close up shop. It's already the best album.
Oh.
I say that because I love their first 3 albums, and Reflector is dude.
Can we move on?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
want to get off this podcast.
All right.
All right.
So that's pretty much
All right,
it.
last album we're going to talk about is Japanese Breakfast LP2. Hasn't even been announced. Don't know when it's going to come out.
It's gonna be the best.
It'll be the best. What if it's like 2 psychopomps in one? What are you going to do then?
Jesus Christ.
What if
She's
she
got the
actually did
material,
a
too.
album this year?
She's got the material to do. She's touring this fall. She's got the material on her Bandcamp to just like. 'Cause that's what Psychopomp is. It's basically just like remade songs on her Bandcamp. She's got the material. It could happen.
It could happen. It
Well,
could be
I hope
the
you guys
greatest-
enjoyed this week's episode of the Indieheads podcast. Like I said, you can check us out on our social medias. We're on Symbol at Indieheads Podcast, Twitter, Indieheads Pod,
Oh, Will Ferrell.
Facebook.com/Indieheads Podcast.
And he had Snotcast, more like.
Hopefully,
Any sort of snap.
hopefully, I got 2 bits of news. Hopefully, with the Real Life podcast out, it's basically on Alex at this point. Like, I don't want to blame Alex, but it's on him because he can't get the footage. So it's a mixture of Alex and his technical difficulties right now. And then also, I kind of briefly mentioned this. I kind of hinted at it, but I have a radio show now. So you can
Yeah,
catch
he
me.
did it.
So if you want to listen to me on the radio, go to WLCFM.com. I'm on air from 9 to 12 at midnight doing the new music show. So I'll be playing a bunch of cool
Every
music. No, so it's just Thursdays.
So Thursdays from 9 to 12 Central Time.
Yep. And if you don't listen, I have it. All the songs are gonna be on Spotify later. So hey. But yeah, that's about it for this week's podcast. Does anyone else have any closing words?
Arcade Fire.
Brand
album
new
year
AOTY.
2017.
Brand new album of the year 2016.
Okay. Bye, guys.